Hi YouTubers, I've got a iPhone XR in today. As you can see, screen's damaged. I'm repairing this for a customer. He's asked me if I can do a screen replacement because it's one of the things I do. So let's quickly show how we go about doing it on an XR. Right. So same as the other phone, we have two screws underneath. First of all, let's power the phone off. We need to take out two screws at the bottom. So with the suction cup, you need from the bottom end, pull up. Now, I'll just turn this around. These phones open basically sideways, but you need a lift at the bottom end because they're hooked in at the top. So this one, I know the screen's been taken apart before, so I'm going to assume it needs no heating. And then you pull up very carefully, holding on to the edge. There you go, up it came. So you can see there's now a gap, so I can just basically take the suction cup off with my little tool, run down the side just to free it from the casing, and then basically this then lifts off like that. Right, so for this one we need to undo 3 screws. There's one there, one there, one there, and then that shield can then be removed. Now here you've got 3 clips, connections, 1, 2, 3. The bottom one here is the battery. You want to disconnect that before you do any more, so you don't damage nothing else on the phone. Next two you want to undo is the 2 screws here. Here you've got 2 different types of screws, but in total there is 4. You've got one there, one there, one there, and one there on the little bracket. So we'll take this one out first, then that one, then this one. Now we need to go to a Phillips to undo this one here. That's to the bracket, the very last one. So that's 4 of them. Then this one we'll remove. Now once it's all removed, you want to undo this clip here, that clip, that's the screen. Then you want to undo this clip here, that one goes to the speaker, and the proximity sensor on the screen. That part we're going to have to transfer over onto the screen. We don't want to damage that, because if we damage that, Face ID stops working. I'm not even sure if Face ID on this one is working, because I couldn't go no further setting it up because the screen wasn't fully working. This is the front facing camera just here. You don't want to touch that, you want to keep that nice and clean, because that's something else what can mess up the Face ID and stop it from working. So you want to try to avoid touching it if you can. So this is new screen to go onto it. This here is a little screen reader. Basically, it'll transfer, long as the last people who changed the screen has done it correctly. It will transfer over the serial numbers to allow True Tone to work. So I just need to connect that onto that. Let's see if it has been done. So as you can see, it's displaying no numbers or serial numbers. So this hasn't been done correctly. This screen, if it was fitted onto that phone, does not have True Tone reinstalled onto it. So the True Tone feature on that phone wouldn't have worked. So we are going to reinstall the feature onto that new screen. It's a little bit different, but we are going to do it. So bear with me. First of all, we're going to transfer over the speaker part onto here. So I'm just going to remove that little bit. We don't need that bit. Over. So I'll just put the screen to one side. Right, sorry about that. I was getting called for dinner. Right, so on here you've got 3 screws. These are Phillips screws. 1, 2, 3. Now this hasn't actually been done. Whoever's done this phone has done quite a bad job, to be honest, because it's also missing one screw there, a little one. What I'll have to find and replace it at a later date, but I will replace it. So yeah, so this basically, as you can see, it's come off already, just like that. It doesn't come off like that normally. Normally you've got to be very careful prying these off. This is what's making me think maybe that Face ID won't work, but we will see. Yeah, this is going to go onto the new screen, so let's get that done. Screen, bracket. Make sure I do it right. It's a little bit hard because I've got those little things in the way of me. What I'm trying to do is, where's the camera? Because I've not at the moment got a proper camera stand, so I do apologise. I've kind of made what I'm using at the moment because I'm waiting on mine to be delivered. So that's in place. Now we just got to put the 3 screws back in. That's them back in. That one there, I'll replace it at a later date because I don't have one to hand right this second, but I will replace it. So before we can do anything else, we need to connect this to the phone, because we need to go through the setups of setting it up, and then we can then connect the phone up to grab the True Tone off of it. Battery connector. Right. I won't hook it back in, I'll just rest it on top because I don't need it all the way in. Turn it on. Right, back in, sorry about that. So I need to put in my code. I'm just going to do this off screen. So to that part. Set up Face ID. We'll see if that works later. I'm going to use no passcode. isn't showing anything for True Tone. See, no True Tone. Right, let's see if we can set this up so True Tone will work. One second whilst I get my machine. Lightning cable in the bottom. Then I'll plug it into the machine. Then basically it comes up this, close, if you don't want to do it, comes up with the serial number, what should be on the screen. So we are going to do restore. Disconnect this, turn off the phone, put the screen onto the machine. So let's get that done. Right. I'll just disconnect the one cable. Then that little cable needs to go onto there where it says XR. I mean, you could remove the screen, but sometimes it doesn't work. So, as you can see, now we're going to do restore. Writing data. So data verified correctly. Okay. So what I like to then do is disconnect the screen to make sure it's correct. Then I'll disconnect the battery, then the other two cables. I just find doing it this way, it seems to work better than removing the screen with the machine and then doing it. Then basically I quit out of there to make sure that this screen has now got the feature on it. Right, so that's connected up. So as you can see, sorry, if I keep going out of the camera, it's a bit hard for me. Now it's showing all the details. So what you'd do normally is, if you had an original screen, let's say the one we've reprogrammed as the original screen, you'd plug it in, it comes up with the details. Right, read it, it's read it, file 01, disconnect it. Obviously that's our good screen. Now this is the broken one, it has no details, but this is showing what you'd do. So this would be your new screen that you'd connect up. It'd come out like this, nothing there. Then you'd say write the files over to the new screen, yes, to verify. And then it'll put all the serial numbers back into the screen to allow you to put onto the there to basically have True Tone restored. I've connected that back up, connect the battery back up. We don't want to do that again. Now let's see if it works. Right, so press on there. So now, if you see there, True Tone is now restored. We now have True Tone on the phone. I'll try and turn this without it going off if I can, so you can see it better hopefully. See, so True Tone is now restored. Was before it never. See how that dimmed down? Look at the light there going up and down, because it's sensing it. Right, so now I know True Tone's restored back to this phone as it should have been in the first place. So we'll just turn this off. Right, so we need to disconnect the screen again. Battery first, so you don't damage nothing. And then we have one gasket. So that's done. So we can put this back together. And the bucket. The one that holds the screen up. Connect the battery up. Don't forget not to do that. This is the last plate. So they're all in. Forgot to take that off. So I'm going to hook it in at the front, like so it's nice and flat. And then you can push in at the end, and the whole screen will pop together, like so. Sorry if I was slightly off camera then. So that's nice and flat. Let's turn it on, make sure it works. We know we have True Tone. There it is. I hope it was helpful. I hope it explains to you as well with the True Tone. A lot of shops do not put that back on the phone when they replace the screen. So if you're going to a shop and have your screen replaced, check it. Swipe it down from the top right hand corner. Press on the brightness display. See if True Tone's there. If it's not there, you know they've not done the screen correctly or properly. Anyway, hope this helps. If you like what you're seeing, comment below. And if there's anything you'd like me to have a look at or try to fix, please let me know. Thank you. Bye.